What's up, Knicks Nation? We are back. Post-game preseason action. The Knicks just wrapped up their first preseason game against the Charlotte Hornets. Got down to the wire there, got dicey there, but ultimately the Knicks pulled it out. Saw a lot of good things from the guys. It's good to see the guys out there. Knicks basketball is back, as crazy as that sounds. Look, I'm excited to be back doing these post games. I haven't did a post game since the NBA playoffs, which is kind of cool. Look, we have another live stream at 9 o'clock in about an hour and a half. Me and my podcast co-host Chris are just going to break down the season outlook for the Knicks. But today I wanted to talk about this game with you guys, and then we just go from there. So fun game, right? I mean, Karl Anthony Towns was out there looking good. Jalen Brunson out there. A lot of stuff to talk about. I mean, those guys played pretty much the first half in this game, and they were shut down the entire second half, right? I mean, it's preseason. It's the first game. You don't want to get anyone injured, and for good reason. At the end of the game, we saw those guys cheering on, and OG Anunoby cheering on, and all happy and stuff. But look, this is going to be a fun team, guys. This is going to be an absolutely fun team to watch, fun team to witness, and we saw a lot of things tonight, right? We saw a lot of different looks. We saw how the Knicks would like to use Karl Anthony Towns, got to the line a lot. We'll go through the box score in a few. But we saw a lot. I mean, his first shot was from like 30 feet. Splash. I mean, that's what he can bring, man. He's a 7-foot, 42% three-point shooter. And he's going to bring that shooting. Appreciate every single one of you guys in here doing this post game for the preseason. Big task, man. Always in here supporting what's going on. Nick Pride, what's going on? West End, what's going on? Hit him up. What's going on? Welcome in the chat. But a couple of things I noticed. So in the first quarter, right, we saw Karl Anthony Towns shoot from legit 30 feet, splash. We saw Karl Anthony Towns score down low post game, where we talked about it kind of in his player preview. He's an underrated low post scorer. We saw that tonight. So we saw a little bit of everything what Cat can offer. And getting to the free throw line a lot. He's a great free throw shooter as well, above 85%. So that is going to be a breath of fresh air, right? Free throw shooting has been kind of an issue for this team. But we're back. Knicks basketball is back. I'm excited to chop it up with you guys. Hit him up, says, I know it's preseason, but Josh Hart needs to come off the bench. We are back, man. We are officially back, man. I miss you guys, man. I know it's preseason, but Josh Hart needs to come off the bench. Tyler, what's going on, man, in the chat? Nostalgic, what's going on? Look, it's a first game. You know, they haven't played basketball since, May? So, I mean, look, hit him up. I already saw a lot of reactions about Josh Hart on X about... Look, we'll get to Deuce. I mean, Deuce McBride looks absolutely incredible. I think he's poised for another great year. I mean, you thought Deuce McBride took a step last season. I think this season he could take a major step forward. I mean, and the Knicks need it. You know, they need that extra punch off the bench. And Deuce McBride looked absolutely amazing tonight. He looked great. What did he have? First half, he took 10 shots, 5 of 10 from the field. Deuce McBride, his shot is still wet. I'm just excited to watch another season from Deuce, but he looked great tonight. I mean, his decision making, he's just an all around great player, Deuce McBride. And I miss watching this guy play basketball because his basketball IQ, in my opinion, is good, and his shooting ability just has improved from year on and year out. So Deuce McBride with a great game today. And, yeah, man, nothing but good. Do you guys think 6th man of the year is in the cards for Deuce McBride? 6th man of the year. Do you guys think that's in the cards for Deuce McBride this season? It could be. You never know. I mean, look, if he's going to come out the gate like that, no fear, what we saw in the playoffs, Just a great player. Excited for Deuce McBride. I tweeted, look, I'm 6th man of the year. I'm calling it. I don't care, man. I don't care if this is too reactionary. 6th man of the years. 6th man of the year for Deuce. Put it on the board. Deuce McBride. Cats passing. We also saw some great things in the first half from Karl Anthony Towns. The Knicks are going to miss Isaiah Hartenstein's passing ability, so Karl Anthony Towns can kind of match that. We saw a lot of, backdoor stuff. Not a lot, but we saw a lot of over-the-shoulder passes tonight from Karl Anthony Towns. There was one play in particular where he passed it to Josh Hart, who was driving, and then Josh Hart passed it to OG Anunoby in the corner, and he got fouled. So more of that. I mean, teams are going to double Karl Anthony Towns, and once they try to double Karl Anthony Towns down low, the ball is just going to continually move, and you're going to have shooters around him. But we saw Karl Anthony Towns' shooting ability, his low post ability, his passing in that first half, which was all good signs considering he just got here, 5 days ago, 6 days ago, something like that. So he's just a great player, all around great player. So good things from Karl Anthony Towns. Nostalgic says a lot of issues with this team. Nostalgic Nick, man. It's not Nick's season without you guys coming in here and saying that. Oh, man, I missed you guys, man. 10th man of the year, Tyler Kolek. Yeah, man, we'll get to Tyler Kolek as well. I mean, he's shown, look, Nick signed him to that biggest guaranteed contract for a second-round pick, right? And, look, I'm not sure if he's going to get playing time right off the gate, but it's going to be something to watch. He definitely played well tonight, that's for sure. Definitely played well tonight. Cully, what's going on? Salute to you as well, Cully. Knicks basketball is back. They finished up their preseason game versus the Hornets, just chopping it up. We are also going live in like an hour and 20 minutes with my podcast co-host Chris, just chopping up about this game and just some things that we look forward to this season. Dorksaurus Rex, Kolek stepped up and Shamet showed us he is real. Sims still ain't got much. Landry Shamet. Let's get to him. Let's get to Landry Shamet's play here. Let's look at this box score really quick. All right, so Landry Shamet showed me a lot today, guys. I mean, I know Mikal Bridges was kind of talking up Landry Shamet, and for good reason. Look, Landry Shamet is a vet in this league, and he's bounced around a few times, and I understand that, he's not going to essentially replace Dante, but the Knicks are going to miss Dante. So, look, Landry Shamet tonight, 6 of 11 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, 16 points, Landry Shamet, and 26 minutes. So, 50% from 3, 4 of 8. You love to see that. Quick release, quick decisions from Shamet. He's definitely making a team. Landry Shamet is definitely making this team, by the way. So, some great things we saw from Landry Shamet tonight. Just another high basketball IQ player, right? Cuts when he needs to, shoots when he needs to, doesn't really force anything. And look, believe it or not, I mean, one thing I took from this game, so Knicks starters played, and then towards the end of the first quarter, they pulled out their starters, and the bench came in, and Deuce looked absolutely incredible. Campaign was okay today. He missed a lot of shots, 1 of 7 from 3, 5 of 14 from the field. Actually played a little more than I thought he would, 26 minutes for Campaign. But the bench, in my opinion, I don't know. I just feel like there's like Deuce can do his own thing alone, but I just feel like there's like something missing on the bench. I know it's early. I know it's preseason. Just felt like something was missing on the bench. Now, it's game 1. Is that something staggering the minutes with Mikal? Mikal was the first starter subbed out today. So is kind of Tom Thibodeau can mix and match with the starters a little bit and mix them in with the bench, which I think he will do. I just think tonight he just wanted to see the bench just in different lineups on their own. So there was a lot of times tonight where it was McBride, Shamet, Precious, Jericho, and Campaign. They were playing together a lot. But, of course, during the season, you're not going to get that lineup. You're going to get maybe OG Anunoby mixed into that. Mikal Bridges mixed into that. They kind of, but in essence, that 5 needed a little more of a punch, in my opinion. But that's probably not going to be. Thibs is probably not going to play that same starting 5 every game. I mean, you're going to see some starters mix in with that. So That's just my opinion on the whole bench situation. John says Towns gave y'all an edge to win the Eastern Conference. I sure hope so. Kolek +9 tonight. Good. Kolek looked good, man. Tyler Kolek looked good. The Knicks love Tyler Kolek. I'm telling you. I'm excited to watch Tyler Kolek. And look, today he played better than campaign today. That's for sure. I mean, he had a block today. There was a sequence where he had a block and then he pulled up from 3 on the offensive side. Hey, man. Yeah, the more you show us that, the more you show Tom Thibodeau that, the more you show this coaching staff that, you're going to have to get playing time. And I'm excited to watch Kolek this year. I truly am. And I do think at some point this season, he is going to crack the rotation. I do think that for sure. Kolek will crack the rotation because the Knicks, their whole squad is made up of guys with like high basketball IQ. And Kolek, the game just looked easy today for him. And he only played 13 minutes. Efficient. 3 of 5 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3. I mean, 1 offensive rebound, 1 block, 11 points. Tyler Kolek, man. I love what I saw from Kolek tonight. So that's going to be something to watch. If Kolek can kind of steal the minutes of campaign, because I think Tom Thibodeau kind of trusts campaign right now. He's a veteran. And we got confirmation that Deuce is going to come off the bench, and we need Deuce off the bench. But look, Hart today, I know someone in the chat earlier came in and said something about Josh Hart. It's preseason 1, guys. It's preseason game 1. Once a Knick, always a Knick. Kolek did his thing. He for sure did his thing. The second Kolek got on the floor, his presence was felt. I love it. So, Cats passing, underrated. Knicks rebounding. Okay, let's get to the Knicks rebounding, right? So in the first half, the Knicks were out-rebounded 25-19. And this is something I kind of wanted to watch because losing a Hartenstein, no Mitchell Robinson, and losing Julius Randle, who was a good rebounder, the Knicks are going to miss that offensive rebounding punch. And what I saw today was a lot of help. Like when the Hornets would miss a shot, a lot of tip backs that the Knicks just couldn't get their hands on. But the rebounding, in my opinion, is going to be something to watch from here on out. Because, look, Cat, 6'11", 7 foot, he's a good rebounder in itself. But on the offensive rebounds, he's not Hartenstein and he's not Mitchell Robinson. And that is something I want to watch. But in the first half, Knicks got out-rebounded 25-19. Let me look up the final rebounding stats to see if we look. I mean, I don't think, like, as the season progresses, I don't think that's going to be an issue. But it is going to be something to watch, in my opinion. Knicks had 39 rebounds. Hornets had 46 today. Take that with a grain of salt because obviously the starters didn't play in the second half. So still going to be something to watch, in my opinion, in terms of rebounding and in terms of offensive rebounding. You're going to have to get some contributions from OG and Obi. You're going to have to get some more contributions from Mikal Bridges. The Knicks are going to have to team rebound together, in my opinion, until Mitchell Robinson can get back. But Cat can rebound. I mean, he's averaged double-digit in rebounds in his career, so I'm not worried about Cat rebounding the basketball, but that's something to watch. Tony says we need a center to start. I don't like Cat playing the 5. It doesn't allow Bridges to get open shots. What's going on, Tony? Appreciate the comment. Yeah, something I brought up in the player preview for Karl-Anthony Towns. I wonder if Mitchell Robinson comes back, if he slides in that starting center position. I'm kind of leaning towards Mitchell Robinson starting alongside Cat, kind of balance things a little bit. Good observation about Mikal Bridges. It's going to take time with Mikal Bridges finding his spots. I mean, new team, new situation. I'm not worried about, Mikal kind of fitting in, kind of like a glove. I mean, he's got to fit in. He's going to attempt more shots. 5 field goal attempts for Mikal Bridges tonight, 3 for OG Anunoby. Those two, in my opinion, are going to be the most, I'm not going to say the most difficult to find their shots, but the Knicks are going to have to find different ways to find Mikal his shots, to find OG Anunoby his shots, because now you're integrating Karl-Anthony Towns in the mix with Jalen Brunson. That in itself is going to take some time as well. So now you got to integrate Bridges, Anunoby first preseason game, so that's just something I noticed in the first half of this game. Guys are still trying to find their little tweaks, find their little areas on the court. And Mikal's another high basketball IQ player, which I feel like with the loss of Dante, I think Mikal kind of has to give us that scoring punch. Kind of has to average above 20 points a game, in my opinion. He kind of has to give us that extra scoring punch. And he can do it. He's done it in his career. And I feel like he's going to have a big year, Mikal Bridges. But he's going to be important this season, scoring the basketball. OG Anunoby as well. We heard OG Anunoby in the first quarter kind of like yell out a little bit. And I kind of got PTSD a little bit from that. But he's okay. He's good. But yeah, finding Mikal Bridges certain areas where he likes to operate, and OG Anunoby, that's going to be something that's going to take time. And as time progresses, as the Knicks continue to have practice after practice after practice, they will get that done. Precious to start at the 4 so he can shore up rim protection and rebounding. We lose from Cat being out there, and Precious is better from 3 now. Precious, I think, played the entire second half, if I'm not mistaken. So that was interesting. But yeah, guys, first preseason game. So just take everything with, we saw some great things out there. We saw some good things out there, especially from Cat, man. This guy got traded like 6 days ago, and in my opinion, he looked good. I mean, he got to the free throw line 6 times today. 5 or 6 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, 10 points. So as time progresses, you're going to see the Knicks run more sets, run more actions with Karl-Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson and Bridges and Anunoby. Josh Hart. All right, let's get to Josh Hart. So I don't know. Do you guys think? I don't know, because I've been kind of asking this question about whether we already talked about it early on in the stream where we need Deuce McBride's punch off the bench, but McBride, man, just offers that scoring punch, and he just doesn't. He just lets it loose. If they're passing him the ball and he's open, he's letting it fly. No hesitation whatsoever. But the reason why I think the Knicks need Josh Hart in the starting lineup is rebounding. They're going to miss the rebounding from Hartenstein and Julius Randle. So I think the Knicks need Josh Hart in there to kind of get those loose balls, kind of run the fast break, pick up the pace. But when Mitchell Robinson comes back, I think Hart goes back to the bench. But as it stands, Hart is the starting shooting guard, and he said he wants to take more threes this season, and he wants his 3-point percentage to go up this season. Because remember, last year was a bad year in terms of shooting the 3 from Josh Hart. So we saw it a little bit tonight. Like teams are going to sag off of Josh Hart. They're going to dare him to shoot. They're going to make him shoot. And the Knicks can kind of get away with that by kind of putting him away from Brunson and away from Cat. So they can kind of get away with that. But I'm expecting another good season from Josh Hart. But the Deuce McBride Hart situation, look, I just love Deuce, man. I don't know. I love Deuce. I think it's going to be a massive, major year for Deuce McBride. I truly do. 6th man of the year is in the range of outcomes for Deuce McBride. I truly do think that. I truly do, man. I mean, 25 minutes tonight, 22 points, 8 of 18, 4 of 9 from 3. This guy's a baller. Tony says, we know scoring shouldn't be a factor for this group. Obviously, chemistry is key. It's going to take time. My concern is defense and rebounding. Cat playing the 5 can get in foul trouble fast. Yeah, that my concern, like the more I think about it, is rebounding. That's my only concern is rebounding. Because of the Knicks were such a great offensive rebounding team last year. Without Mitchell Robinson and without Hartenstein, it's going to take a hit. It is. I mean, that's the reality of the situation. But I think the more time goes on, the more they can get their offense in sync, they're going to be a great offensive team. The more Mikal kind of gets comfortable, OG, Cat, they're going to be a great offensive team. But the offensive rebounding is going to take a hit, in my opinion. So look, circling back to Tyler Kolek. Circling back, kind of, reset the room. Appreciate every single one of you. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Once again, we are doing a live stream again in an hour talking about pretty much the upcoming Knicks season and what we like to see. Starters played for the first half. Kolek looked amazing. Deuce McBride looked incredible today. Brunson looked good. Mikal is kind of still trying to find himself. First game, not worried about it. OG Anunoby, he looked good. I mean, no complaints for OG Anunoby. Just stay healthy, right? I mean, that's the only thing that we worried about for OG Anunoby. His conditioning, though, I want to watch that. The conditioning from OG Anunoby. He does look like he came into camp kind of, last season he was ripped. His conditioning, just watch OG Anunoby a little bit. Maybe that's due to his hamstring, because he couldn't, do his normal workout routine. Maybe he took him a while to recover from his hamstring, but conditioning will get there for OG Anunoby. And who am I missing? Josh Hart, we spoke about. Cat, the bench guys. Precious. Do you think Precious is going to take more threes this year? He took 2 today. He made one of them, 15 points. Jericho Sims, 10 rebounds for Jericho Sims. 5 offensive boards for Jericho Sims. Look at that. I'm impressed, Jericho. I'm impressed. Look, the coaching staff has said that they're confident in Jericho. They want Jericho to kind of be that backup center and kind of take the reins and be that backup center until Mitchell Robinson can get back. But 10 rebounds, 5 offensive for Jericho, 2 assists. It's okay. Okay game from Jericho. That's it. I mean, pretty much, it's a preseason game. First game out the books. We pretty much got out the rust. Things will work out. Things will get better as time goes on. Look, guys, once again, newly acquired pieces, too. I mean, it's going to take time. It's not going to click overnight like when we acquired OG Anunoby, like it did overnight, but it'll take time. Rick, what's going on? Are y'all expecting the Knicks to be in midseason form at first preseason game? These comments are wild. Yeah, Rick. I mean, Knick basketball is back. I appreciate the comments. Knick basketball is back. First of all, Shamit looked great. We're already getting bench Josh Hart comments in the chat. Start Deuce McBride, which, hey, I'm not opposed to. I'm not opposed to that, but we're just getting rolling here. First preseason game, first post game live stream. So excuse me if I'm rusty. It's been a while doing these post games, but I'm excited to be back with you guys, and I'm excited to kick off this season. Sam B, let's effing go. Way to start the season. Very much agreed on the Deuce take. I think seeing how good he has helped ease their mind about parting ways with Dante DiVincenzo. Look, it hurt when seeing Dante DiVincenzo the other night play for Minnesota, because the catch and stew stuff, there were so many possessions where he would just bail us out with his threes, Dante. And he was an underrated defender, Dante. But look, Deuce, I think, is going to take a major step forward this season, and the Knicks need him to. Because, look, Shamit had a good game today, but he's not Dante DiVincenzo. He's not. So the Knicks need Deuce to kind of give the bench an extra punch. Campaign and Tyler Kolek, that's something to watch. If Kolek can kind of like outplay Campaign here, hey, man, Kolek and Deuce McBride lineups, I want to see that. I want to see Kolek out there more. I truly do. And Campaign is a veteran. Like, I'm sure if he's at the end of the bench doing dancing and doing his thing with the guys, I'm sure he's not going to care. And like last season with Philadelphia, he just came in when they needed him and provided a spark. But Kolek, I do want to see crack the rotation, because I do. I think he could be really a really good, scrappy point guard in this league. Shamit is solid. Nostalgic says Shamit is solid defensively as well. Yeah, underrated defense tonight from Shamit. He is. Look, Shamit is, somebody called Shamit in one of our last live streams like a great value Dante DiVincenzo. He's like the off-brand. You know how you buy certain things like the Oreos in the store, and there's like an off-brand Oreo. Somebody called Shamit like a great value Dante DiVincenzo. I'm not mad at it. Just give us like 60, 70% of what Dante can give us. But you see that we need that off the bench. We do. And once again, as time goes on, the Knicks will stagger some of the starters with the bench. I don't think you're going to see the whole bench out there at the same time. I don't. I don't want to see that, actually. I want to see Mikal kind of leading the ship. I want to see Mikal with Deuce or Shamit. I want to see that, and I think over time we're going to see that. So things take time. Things take time. Just give it time. Just give it time. But Deuce and Kolek can be amazing. Yeah, guys. I mean, that's something that's going to be something to watch over time, because I do think Kolek can outplay Campaign, right? I do. And if you can have Deuce and Kolek coming in off the bench and stagger them with kind of Mikal or OG Anunoby and just work in certain lineups like that, and that's how you kind of can create your offensive punch that you're losing, that you lost with Dante. Dibs has said over these last few days that he loves our bench. He loves how fast they play. And I mean, we saw a little bit of glimpses today, but I want to see more of the starters staggered in with the bench to kind of like hide their flaws, if you want to call it. So, Lynette, what's going on? Appreciate you in here. We are back. The post games are back. I think it's early, so we can't really assess this team yet. They have to gel. Yeah, I mean, look, starters played the first half, and we saw great things from Towns, Brunson. Look, we saw good things. I'm sure the next preseason game, we're going to see them play maybe 2.5 quarters. And then as time goes on, we're going to see more and more. But I don't think the Knicks have kind of released their full rotation yet. I think over time, if, let's say, Kolek does beat out a Campaign in training camp, sign me up for that. I mean, I'm not one to react, but Kolek looked good, man. He looked good tonight. And the Knicks love him. That's all I can say. The Knicks love Tyler Kolek. And I would like to see the kid play. I do. Tony says, I would like to see Mikal, Kolek, Towns, McBride, OG. See? Like certain lineups like that where the Knicks can kind of tinker with and just they will tinker with lineups like that over time. Maybe in the preseason we will see that. Didn't see that really today. But what I noticed tonight was Mikal was a first starter off the court. So I think the Knicks want Mikal coming in kind of with some of the bench unit to kind of get him going offensively. So that's what I want. That's what I would like to see. Huck Porty. We didn't see Huck Porty today, which I wanted to see Huck Porty today, but we didn't. Did not play. Tom Thibodeau thought it was. He played Precious the entire second half, I believe. I think if Precious was taken out in that second half, please correct me. But I don't think I saw Precious getting taken out that entire second half. But maybe Precious wanted to stay in there to get his conditioning up. So, and good game from Precious as well. Precious is going to be a key, man. He is. I mean, look, Karl-Anthony Towns, aside from Towns, the backup center power forward situation is what? Sims and Precious, aside from Towns until Mitchell Robinson gets back. So he's gonna provide a very key role for us this year. And, Precious showed us last year he balled out in certain stretches. He can do it. And he's gonna be big for us for sure. D-Nice says Payne looks skittish. He's a veteran. I mean, he's probably trying out certain things out there. New team for Campaign. So, look, he was 1 of 7 from 3 tonight. Shot wasn't falling for Campaign. He's a good 3-point shooter. But he's a veteran. Hit a big 3 in the fourth quarter to kind of settle things down late in the final minute of the game. So, he's a veteran. I'm not worried about Campaign. But like I said, I do wish to see more Kolek. But that just could be me being reactionary. But Campaign's a veteran. I'm not worried about him. There's going to be times this year where Campaign's not going to play maybe he'll go on a stretch not playing 5-10 games, and he'll play a 5 to 10 game stretch. I mean, he's just always ready. You always want to have those veterans on your team that are always ready to go when their name is called upon. Mike Woods, I didn't even see you in the chat, man. What's going on, Mike Woods? Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you for staying a member of the Knicks Nation channel. Mike Wood says, I didn't even care about the starters. We just wanted a peek on what's going on. I'm more concerned with the bench. I want to see what our bench and rookies look like. In my opinion, so far, so good. Hashtag Duke/Kolek now. Hey, Tyler Kolek is coming for that bench unit. He is. He got some dog in him too. I mean, he a couple of times tonight where he was staring at the opponent and he had a block and then he hit a clutch three. So look, I'm for it. I'm on the Kolek hype train. I am. And maybe look, that's why the Knicks have assessed this situation when they made the trade. They've assessed everything. So I'm for it. I'm totally for Tyler Kolek playing this season. I want to see good things out the rookie. Appreciate you, Mike. Keith says it's only preseason. Knicks going to be a great team. They just need to build chemistry. That's it, man. That's it. It's preseason. Cat will, as time goes on, they will put more sets in for Cat. But like I said, we saw great things in the first quarter. We saw him score from 30 feet. We saw him score in the low post. We saw him a lot of pick and rolls with Jalen Brunson, a lot of double pick and rolls with Jalen Brunson. We saw pretty much his whole arsenal in that first quarter. And that's what he can provide. Scoring, shooting at a high rate from three, low post game has kind of been underrated. He can provide that for the Knicks, and his passing. We saw a lot of good passes from Cat in that second quarter. So guys are always going to have to cut. Cat is going to find them. He's a good passer. So I saw a lot of good things from Cat tonight. And like we've been saying, as time goes on, things are just going to get better. But the Knicks are going to be a great team this year. And the preseason is just to get your feet wet and just try different things. You know, everything's new. I'm not concerned about Mikal. Like, I'm not. He's already a proven scorer in this league. So he's going to score the ball. Not concerned about that one bit. OG Anunoby, we know what he can do. It's just stay healthy. Literally with OG Anunoby, just stay healthy. So yeah. Hit him up. What's going on? When Shamet makes the roster, can Okeke also make it? He can. Okeke can make it. Okeke got out there today and did a couple of good things, but look, Knicks are going to have some decisions to make. Shamet is definitely going to make the roster. He's in the rotation. He's in the rotation. So yeah, Knicks are going to have to make some decisions. They're going to have to, also sign TJ Warren. We didn't see TJ Warren today, and maybe they already have kind of like an idea of who's going to make this team. But TJ Warren is also a veteran in this league who we know can put the ball in the basket. So that's going to be something to watch as time goes on about the roster decisions. Mike, what's going on? How about Precious and Shamet, even Deuce? All good things. All good things. I mean, if you're just joining, I spoke highly of Deuce McBride tonight. Extremely good game for Deuce McBride today, and Sixth Man of the Year is in the cards for Deuce McBride, and I think it's a possibility. I do. And the Knicks will need his scoring off the bench. They will need that extra punch, and he's going to be key for us, kind of like settling things down on that bench unit. Deuce McBride. Amazing, guys. I can't say enough good things for Deuce McBride. I can't. All right, so we're going to go live again in about an hour at 9 p.m. talking everything, talking some of this game and kind of going over this season, what we expect. So if you guys wanted to, catch that, it's another episode of the Knicks Nation podcast. But this is just kind of like a recap of the preseason game. It's good to get my feet. It's good to get my feet wet. It's good to, get back out there. I miss doing these post games, but hey, I'm excited. Knicks basketball is back. So if you guys wanted to catch the post game, the live stream in about like 45, 50 minutes, you can do so. Appreciate every single one of you that joined me here tonight. We are just getting started. Let's go, Knicks. I'll catch you guys in like 50 minutes. As always, subscribe to the channel. Peace.